Hello and welcome to FPL Natty. Thanks again for joining me on my page. We're going to talk today about some of the players I think you should be looking at for game week number 11. Okay, so I've got a handful of players and I've got a little surprise at the end of my video as well. So you know what to do, guys. If you've basically watching this for the first time, subscribe to my channel. It's literally down below. Press that big red button, subscribe. If you've already been to my channel a few times and you haven't subscribed, what's happening? Where have you been? It'd be great for you to subscribe to my community so we don't get stuck at like a low level. Let's try and push it up. Maybe we can get 50 before the end of the year. Hopefully, if you can share it with your friends, anyone else in the FPL community that might want to see a different type of content from me. All right, so just subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let me know in the comments below if you're happy with how my videos are, or if there's some particularly you want me to talk about. But this one will really be about the players that I think you should be looking at, who had a good week in game week number 10, and I think they're going to smash it in game week number 11 and possibly game week number 12 as well. As you can see as well, up in the corner there, I've got my league code, my mini league. So just press it. There's like an auto join in the description below. So if you see that, click it, and then I think you'll join up maybe before the game week starts for this game week 11. So yeah, just join my mini league. There's a few of us in there. I'm like mid-table, not mid-table. Yeah, I'm mid-table at the minute, so maybe you might be above me, maybe below me, who knows. But just join it and see, and let's see what players I'm looking at for game week number 11. So the first player I'm looking at is Bukayo Saka. Now this guy, I was about to call him a kid, but he's a man, and he has been absolutely fantastic. He's a left-footed, right-sided player for Arsenal under Arteta, and the last game that they played versus Liverpool, which they won, like, I did not expect them to win. I thought Liverpool was going to turn a corner in that game, but Arsenal have really shown that they are contenders for the Prem this season. It might be difficult for them to beat City, but I do think that they are serious contenders to be taken seriously, basically. And one man that has helped them do that is Bukayo Saka, who is looking to be in good form going up into this World Cup. So for England, fingers crossed, that should be a good thing. He scored a brace, he got 2 goals, one was a penalty as well. Yeah, and I didn't expect him to be on pens, actually, with Gabriel Jesus in the squad as well. And you've got Martinez and some other players that I thought will be on pens. But Saka has shown, even since the World Cup, that he has the mental capacity to overcome difficult situations in his life that he was facing, particularly during that time. So yeah, he's produced 7 attacking returns, 3 goals and 4 assists in his 5 league games, and he's got such low ownership at the moment, just under 12% ownership currently in FPL. So he is definitely a good asset to have as a differential, and I know that it's going to rise, particularly after their blank in game week number 12. So before that, they got Leeds, then Southampton. No, before that they got Leeds, then there's a blank, and then it's Southampton, Forest, Chelsea and Wolves. And all those are winnable games, even though the Chelsea game, it looks like it could be a difficult game. Chelsea are in transition at the minute with their new manager. Whereas Arsenal, after what was it, 3.5 years that Arteta's been there, he's got some real stability and playing the younger players. So I know that they are going to be good, and if you don't have him, I will suggest keeping him because of the price he's at now. 7.8, he's below that 8 million price bracket, and he's nailed on. He's got 54 points, 3 goals, 5 assists in the from the start of the season. He's doing really, really well. Don't worry about the blank game week because it's literally just one game. You can bench him and then bring him back in into your team for game week 13 and onwards. Next up is this guy. I'm wearing my Man United hat, of course, because it is Anthony. He's got a long ass name, but let's just stick with Anthony for now. And he scored 3 in 3 with his trusty left foot. Again, he's another left-footed player, just like Saka, that is playing on the right hand side, and he has almost like a Robin vibe. He will go down the wing, he will cut inside, and he's looking to shoot or cross on his left foot. So yeah, he got the equalizer against Everton just the other day at Goodison Park in the win that Man United, did win that game 2-1. Currently, he's averaging around 7 points per match, and he's at the moment taken 10 shots which is more than any of his teammates basically. So he has been a great addition to the squad since he has joined. He did join a bit late. Obviously, he missed a few games because of he joined while the season had already started. But his high press is really, really good. He might need to work on his defending. I know that the boss, Ten Hag, is really looking at them, obviously retreating back and helping out some of the defenders as well. But on the counter and then that final third, he is really, really good. And a lot of you think so as well because transfers have been made for Anthony thus far before game week number 11 has come, which I think means that there will be a price rise for him that is coming very, very soon. So before that comes, while he's still at around 7.6 with some good fixtures, Newcastle, Spurs might be a bit difficult. Then you got Chelsea, West Ham, Villa and Fulham. He can potentially score against most of those teams. Okay, he's already proven that he can score against different teams already under high pressure situations, and he's new to the squad, but he seems to be settling in really, really well. So add him to your watch list or bring him in because the price point is obviously very, very good, and he doesn't blank in game week number 12 like some other players do, like Foden and Saka, who I just spoke about. Here next I have Bruno Fernandes. I think that's how you say his name. He plays for Newcastle. He plays in their midfield. And he has been really, really good. He showed glimpses of it last season when he joined under the new regime there, under Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe brought him in and he really showed that he was a really technical, creative player. But at the start of the season, he was a bit quiet in terms of his goal and attacking threat. But we saw that against Brentford just last week, yeah, in game week number 10, where they absolutely smashed Brentford. Newcastle smashed them 5-1, and he got 2 goals, which was fantastic for all those that owned him, and not many of you do. Only currently at the time of this, it's 3.2% out of all the 10 million FPL owners that do own him. So he is a major differential, and look at the price, it is 5.6 million. He did start at 6, and that obviously over time gradually went down and down and down, and now it's 5.6. So it could be a steal to have him probably as your like a first bench option, or you can put him straight in your squad for a cheap price midfielder that you can put in there. Just remember that his XG, his expected goals, is a bit low, but it could be a turning point for him with the fact of how he is playing. And just to know that his current position is like a number 6, so that is almost like a central midfielder / CDM vibe, but it won't stay that way. Okay, John Joe Shelby is out injured at the moment, so bear that in mind when choosing him, that when John Joe Shelby comes back, Bruno is going to be pushed a lot forward up the pitch, because the goals he scored last week, one was a set piece and the other was like a 25-yard smash or something like that. So just bear that in mind when you're choosing him, that it might take a while for the goals to come regularly, but they will come because of the type of player he is, and he is imperative in an Eddie Howe squad to make sure they're pushing forward into that final third, and for FPL owners to produce some attacking returns as well. So I want to take a segue here and talk about a player that I think deserves appreciation from all FPL managers, and if you're just a fan of football in general, this player has changed the face of football in general in terms of the fitness, of how you can the longevity you can play football and at the highest level, and has shown their worth in so many different ways, and that player is the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, so let's just thought I'll give him a clap there. Again, I'm wearing my Man United hat. This is in honor of, I think, probably the greatest player of all time to ever kick a football, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese forward. Okay, so in the game against Everton this weekend, which ended up being the winning goal, he scored his 700th, I can't even say the word, his 700th career goal. Okay, and that came at Manchester United, and it was 20 years and 2 days after his first ever club goal, and that was for Sporting Lisbon in 2002. Now, some of you who are watching this weren't even born in 2002, okay, and Cristiano Ronaldo scored his first club goal at that time. So let's talk about some of the stats that he's done over that period of time. He has won the Ballon d'Or, which is like the Player of the Year award, 5 times. Okay, I think he's matched with Messi. Does Messi have one more than him? He's very close to Messi in terms of how much he's won. But let's talk about Cristiano. He's won it 5 times. It's an award that I think the players leagues or vote for that player or something like that. He's won it 5 times. So at Sporting, let's talk about some of his goals. At Sporting, he scored 5 goals. At Real Madrid, he scored 450 goals. Okay. At Juventus, he got 101 goals. At Manchester United, he got 144 goals. And that is an up-to-date measure of the goals he has since he has joined United. So one thing that really got me when I was looking at the stats for Ronaldo was that between 2010 and 2016, so the seasons in then, he scored in excess of 50 goals in 6 successive seasons. Okay, so that is 6 concurrent seasons. He scored over 50 goals a season, and he hit a high of 61 goals in the 2014-2015 season. That is absolutely amazing. It needs to be celebrated. This guy, there aren't many around in the history of football that will ever achieve the numbers that he has achieved in the modern era of the game. Okay, there might be some stats there for older players like Pele, for example, but the records for those are a little bit sketchy, whereas we have been alive in the technological age that we are in to see Ronaldo do what he's done, which I believe makes him the greatest player of all time because of the clubs that he's done, the countries he's done, the leagues he's played in, and the standard that he has maintained for such a long time. He scored 140 goals in the Champions League, which is the greatest club competition there is. He has 5 Champions League medals. He's won the Champions League 5 times, once with Man United, 4 times with Real Madrid, and the goals he scored has been with all parts of his body. 460 with his preferred right foot, 125 with his left foot, showing how ambidextrous he is. And as we know, the height that he jumps, I'm sure you've seen the pictures of how high he has leaped for some of the particularly Champions League goals. Yeah, so he has scored 113 headed goals as well. So Cristiano Ronaldo, if you're watching this, we celebrate you. 700 goals. Well done. Absolutely well done. So there it is. Those are my players I think you should be looking at for game week number 11. And I am going to include Ronaldo in that list because Martial is currently injured. All right, and we don't know how long he's going to be away, so that automatically means that Ronaldo is going to be playing as the sole striker for Manchester United. So you've got Saka, Anthony, Bruno Guimaraes as like a really major differential, and of course the GOAT, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. So let me know if you think there's a player that I may have missed out from this list. I was possibly going to include Mason Mount in there, and there was maybe Samaka, I believe I was going to put in there as well. But no, I thought these particular players really stood out to me, and I really wanted to give that tribute to Cristiano for the fantastic work he's done for football and for football fans like myself who just love the game. So if you haven't already, please smash a like on this video. Give it a huge thumbs up so the algorithm, you know, as I say, so the algorithm can send this to other people. No, but that is seriously true. For a small channel like myself, it really is a pleasure every time I see a like on my videos. So please give it a thumbs up, subscribe as well. Let your group chats know that this is a new guy who's trying to grow his channel, FPL Natty, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Take care.